So before I get into the main content of this video, let's talk about music. My first couple of videos, I sourced my music from Free Music Archive. I do plan on signing up for something like Epidemic Sound at some point, but for now, as you guys know, I'm all about doing everything on a low budget. So Free Music Archive worked out well for me. I cut the songs to the correct length for my video using Adobe Audition, using the waveforms and the audio to figure out where I should make cuts, where I should add more in, and extend the length of the song until it fit the length of my video. For my last video, I actually made that song using loops that I got from Splice. And for this video, I'll do the same thing. Splice is a subscription service that gives you points that you can use to download loops, and then you can put those loops into whatever DAW that you want to use and create your own songs. You can look for loops based on BPM, type of instrument, and key. And the nice thing is that because it's organized that way, you can start with whichever instrument that you want to start with and then build from there. I've created a hip-hop style beat. The one that you'll hear today is kind of a merging of hip-hop and EDM with a little bit of jungle house thrown in there. And I also did one that is cinematic feeling, very Christopher Nolan Batman type of vibe, and I'll actually preview that later on in the video. The other thing that's different today is clearly my setup. I decided to try out filming in my bedroom. So we've got a nice plant behind me. I brought up the lights that I use in my studio setup, as well as the projector lamp that I debuted last week. And I don't know, it's just a different kind of vibe. So the main content of this video, the reason that you clicked on it, is rigging. What I've built with my rig so far is a setup that I can use for run-and-gun filmmaking on a budget. It uses an Android tablet as a field monitor, using my same capture card that I use to record my videos on my laptop, as well as the Rode Video Micro that I've mentioned in my other videos, and the same panel light that I use as my fill light in my studio setup. There's a bracket handle holding everything together that I got from Best Buy, and a Joby tablet mount that I have attached the tablet onto, and another little Joby side arm that's holding the light. The reason that I have the light panel held up by a phone mount instead of on its own ball head is actually because I only have one ball head, and that ball head is being used to support the tablet mount. So since I only had one, I decided to use a phone mount instead of getting another ball head, because that's all I had available to me at the time, and I wanted to get this video out. I'll probably upgrade it to a ball head eventually. I also do like to attach a little tripod onto the bottom. This gives me 2 points where I can grip the camera, one on the side and one on the bottom. What I also have is my neck strap always attached to my neck, so that I have a safety point in case I were to accidentally drop either of the handles. So what do I like about this? Mainly, it's pretty cheap. Altogether, everything that I used in this kit cost me maybe $200. And however, as with everything, I do plan on upgrading eventually. So let's talk about that. I'm going to replace the bracket with a small rig cage or another similar cage. There's a couple Chinese brands that are lesser known that have cages for the X-T30 a bit cheaper, but I would like to have the security of the small rig cage because they'll be backed by a warranty, and from what I've seen, it has more mounting points. The next big thing that I'd like to upgrade about it would be a top handle. I do like having the side handle, and I probably would end up getting a side handle to attach to the cage, but I really would prefer to have a top handle as my main point for holding my rig, because using a top handle can allow you to get much steadier footage. The next big thing that I need to upgrade in this kit would be power. As you may be able to tell, the framing is a little bit different right now because in the middle of shooting, my battery died, and I really can't have that continue to happen. So I would like to have a dummy battery attached to either a Sony MPF battery on a base plate with D-tap, or I could even figure out a way to use power delivery from a large power bank, as long as I can mount it onto the rig. With the cage, I would also like to get some 15mm rods and a follow focus and a matte box for my lens. And I would like to upgrade to a cine lens. Hopefully that'll come sometime in the near future. And the 7 Artisan set of cine lenses is really attractive, partially because of price and partially because they actually come with a Fuji X mount. Audio would need an upgrade as well. I've talked about this in a previous video, but it would be either the Rode VideoMic Go 2 or the Rode Wireless Go 2s. You can check out my other video for more information about those 2 microphones. So why do I want to rig my camera out completely? Well, as I said, I recorded that cinematic song and I have put it to some stock footage with a kind of a post-apocalyptic vibe, but let's check out the song real quick. So that song sounds like it would be really good with some sort of chase. Obviously I'd love to do a car chase, but there's no way that I'm going to be able to film a car chase. So I have some ideas, maybe somebody being followed at night and ending up having to fight them. I don't know. It would be something over the top, silly. I mean, honestly, I could really even use it in a video preview that I've had in my head kicking around for a novel that I wrote in 2020. It's about AR. I'll go into it another time. But I could film a video preview for my book and use that song. And that's one of the nice things about Splice, is that you can really create whatever you need to create to fit what you need, instead of having to find other people's music and try to make that fit what you're looking for. Well, that about covers everything I have for today. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions or any comments, please leave them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.